Alright guys, so this is the first official video for my October horror marathon, majig, whatever the hell I'm actually doing here. And today I actually had some free time for the first time in a while, so I figured I'd get caught up on Walking Dead now that it's back on Netflix. So catching up on season 2, what am I on, episode 7 now? So just trying to get caught up with the series. I still don't know how I feel about it here. Let's get the full title up there instead. I really don't know how I feel about it so far. I've watched, this far into it, so I guess I like it well enough, but definitely not my favorite TV series. Figured I'd watch it to kind of get back into being able to watch it when the new episodes come out, but I'd much rather be watching Dexter, but I don't have to wait on that one. I don't have Showtime right now, so gonna have to hold off on that. But yeah, so while watching this, I've been working on a new little project here, or an old project here, to be honest with you. It's very early, but I started working on my Michael Myers head sculpt again. So I'm gonna do just a 78 Myers, and as I said, it's very early still, so I'm just still trying to get the right shape to the face. I think some of the angles are a little too extreme right now. It's a little too not Michael Myers at the moment, but just refining and getting it where I want it to be. So I'm going to keep working on that. But I have the whole body here. I had it for a while ago. I'd originally used a sideshow body underneath this, and it had been way too tall and stretched out. This is more of a dragon body, so it fits a little better, though I do want to get away from using these cheapo bodies. I'd like to use something a little more substantial. Right now he has the Victor Crowley boots that I got. That project is officially off the table now. I actually shaved down the dragon body used for that to make this. The main reason being, I realized that if I want him done right, he really needs to be done on a muscle body. And I think I could work off of something like that, but he just wasn't working, trying to build up this body with clay and everything. It just wasn't going to look the way I wanted it to. So yeah, I'm using it for this. These are the coveralls I made a while ago. I didn't make them, I dyed them a while ago. He has his black t-shirt underneath, his knife, which needs to be cleaned up a little bit. And like I said, he has the Victor Crowley boots on right now. I actually have the boots intended for this Myers up on my Part 4 Jason, way up there on the shelf. Yeah, you vaguely see him. He's, kind of there, I guess. But, I'm probably going to switch those boots out for these, because I think these would work for that Jason okay, and at least for the time being, and then get the real boots, the Vietnam-style boots on this guy, which is more movie accurate. I'd like to update the coveralls when I have a chance, but that's going to have to be in the future. But yeah, for right now, just working on the head sculpt, catching up on some horror TV. And tonight is the first night of the horror movie marathon. I'm going to be popping in Pet Sematary. Always a good time with that one. And I think I decided with these videos I'm going to kind of go with JRA Nightmare style, I guess. Basically, he goes and does all his stuff during the week and posts them up on the weekend, and I think that sounds like a good idea. I might try doing it that way. I don't know what day I'll get these out, but I think that might be a good place to start. So I will keep the updates coming and just make this one big long chain video. Okay, time to officially kick off the first movie of the October marathon with Pet Sematary. Really? I hate these things. Could have opened this really quickly and been all smooth with it, but no. There's stupid tabs on it. And let the marathon begin.
What is this place?
This was their burial ground.
Whose burial ground?
Micmac Indians. brought you here to bury Ellen's cat.
So that officially checks off day 1 on the marathon. Bring that one to a close. On to day 2, we got the Michael Myers head sculpt taking a little more shape here. Actually, I think I'm pretty much finished with it. I'm going to go harden it in a minute here. I decided to go with sculpted hair just because I don't have much luck with the actual real hair or fake hair, but I just haven't had much luck with it in the past. I decided to go with, just sculpted on hair. I think it looks okay. Obviously, I think it looks better with the real hair, but I don't know. I just don't want to mess with it. I just don't want to risk making the whole thing look horrible. And then I got the body over here. I went and stuck some normal boots on, or his jungle boots, the one that I had before that I mentioned the other day. There's jungle boots on here. I mean, they're really simple, cheapo boots, but they look right for Michael Myers. Another piece I'd like to upgrade eventually. For Michael Myers references, I also thought this was a funny one. This is actually William Shatner from, I don't even remember what damn movie it is. But that's William Shatner in a movie, and they actually, took his eyes out. And he definitely looks a hell of a lot like Michael Myers. It's really, really kind of freaky. Working on this, I got a outside the box review video to shoot. At least one. I want to do my recap on the Predator Lost Tribe up there, so I'm probably going to shoot that in a few minutes now. And that's it for right now. Just like a scene in Halloween 2, except kind of reversed. They got Michael Myers' head boiling in a giant pot of hot water. Here we go with the mask out of the boiler and fitted on the body. I don't think it came out too bad. I'm not entirely sure I like how puffy the hair is in front, but I think I can actually fix that. Maybe with a little epoxy sculpt and touch it up. But I'm going to give it a paint and see how I like it with the paint on. Alright, so wrapped up with The Walking Dead Season 2. Let me shut this off. Yeah, like I said before, I'm not really sure how I feel about Walking Dead in general. And I think what it comes down to is I don't think the Walking Dead zombies are my kind of zombies. And I know that's kind of a weird thing to say, but I look at the zombie movies that I love, and there's just something different. These are such mindless zombies, and for the longest time, that's what I thought zombies were. Those are the stereotype of zombies. I understand why that's what you put on TV, but I mean, come over to the Romero stuff. I mean, Night of the Living Dead, and Day and Dawn, and or backwards I have those, but Land. I mean, not counting Diary and all that crap, but basically, Romero's zombies always had some level of intelligence, some shred of humanity left in them, and I think that's what makes them so much more appealing to me than these Walking Dead generic zombies. I mean, they are really just mindless, eating, killing machines. There's no real echo of humanity in them, at least in the show that I've seen. But, I mean, Romero, you start off with Night of the Living Dead, and they're using rocks and things as tools, and then Dawn of the Dead, they're going to the mall because they remember doing that in life, and there's some bit of humanity left bringing them there. It even becomes a major problem later on for the group of survivors. And then Day of the Dead, you have Bub, who's being educated to become more human again. Land of the Dead, you have Big Daddy and his group further educating the zombies. And I like that about the Romero stuff. It's still good zombie action, still gore and blood and guts and all that stuff, but there's something else there, or something else pushing it. And same, I mean, if you look at other things, I know it's another Romero thing, but if we go and we look at Creepshow, very similar. The Father's Day zombie and the underwater zombies, I guess you could call them, they're still human. They still have human attributes. They're just dead and decayed and kind of more demonic or whatever, I guess. But they're still human to some degree. And now that they're really zombies, they're more demons once again. But Evil Dead is similar. They're decaying, but they still have a personality. I don't think it's the personality of the person that they were, but they have a personality still. And Jason is kind of a zombie-esque character, and he still kind of has bits of who he is in him. And I guess that's just what I prefer when it comes to zombies. Time for day 2 of the DVD movie marathon thing. Get Texas Chainsaw out of here. The Orphanage. It's like 10:30 at night, and I'm going to be reading subtitles. This may not work out too well, but it's the schedule I set for myself. This is to live with my decisions now.
And the games children play. When they're alone in the dark.
Wrapped up Horror Month Day 2. Technically at Day 3. I think I said last night when I was putting this in that I wasn't sure how good of an idea subtitles would be at, 11 o'clock at night. I'm getting a text. But anyway, so, in all reality, I got about a little more than halfway through the movie before I had shut it off. I just was too tired. I had to wait and finished it this morning. But I still love this movie. This is probably one of the scariest movies, or creepiest movies at least, I've seen in so long. I picked this thing up when it first came out on DVD. I knew nothing about it besides what I saw in the trailer. And I just knew that I wanted it and I wanted to watch it. I think I paid over $20 for it on DVD. And I've never regretted that decision. It's just an excellent, excellent movie. It has some terrific, just eerie scenes. And it's not a bloody movie, it's not a gory movie, but is a really just fantastic ghost story. I normally forget there's subtitles in it. I will watch it and I get so engrossed in it that I'll try to walk away and do something else for a minute, then realize I can't understand what anybody's saying. Completely forgetting that I'm reading and not watching or listening to the words, but really a phenomenal movie. But going back to what I said about what I paid for the copy of the DVD, I was at a Big Lots the other day and they had this thing in the $3 bin. So if you've never checked it out, come on, you could spare $3. Head over to a Big Lots and dig through their massive pile of DVDs and pull this thing out and take it home and watch it, because if you're a fan of supernatural ghost movies, you're not going to be disappointed.
Get the girl! Get the girl! Look at me, come on, Jason.
I don't think I've ever taken so long to watch one movie on Netflix. I have been watching The Stuff over the course of about 2 or 3 weeks now. I just can't get into it, but I also don't want to stop watching it because I kind of want to see what happens. It's just kind of a weird Blob ripoff, but it's kind of trying to make fun of food and food marketing and all that kind of crap. I don't know. What a weird movie. Just a very, very strange movie. I mean, I guess I should have known it was going to be strange when it was about killer yogurt, but yeah, almost done with it finally. I got like 8 more minutes left of it, but yeah, just thought I'd mention this one just for the weirdness of it. Okay, so after some consideration, I decided I don't like the hair on this guy. It's way too poofy, way too big, and I kind of gave him a bit of a 5 head. So I'm going to go Dremel this down a little bit and redo it. Alright, so we've sanded Myers back down to Friar Tuck mode, so just gotta put some hair back on him. definitely looks a lot less ridiculous without that big fro on top. I got rid of the hair, the sculpted hair, and I started adding the real hair, quote-unquote real hair, and I think it really helps. I think it got a lot more the look I was going for with him. I still need to clean it up a little bit, gotta style it, add maybe some, crap to it to make it do what I want, but it definitely looks a lot more like Michael Myers now. I'm definitely a lot happier with the look of the head in general. I might see about expanding the eyes a little bit. The eyes seem a little squinty to me. So, probably need to do that next. Probably should have done that before I hardened it, but just crap I'm noticing now, I guess. Just have to work on it. But, yeah, so that's the next step on Myers. I'm definitely liking him a lot more with the real hair. Hopefully that'll last, and by the time I get off of work tonight, I'll feel the same. It's the first Universal Wednesday, so tonight I'm going to be watching The Mummy with Boris Karloff.
Death, eternal punishment for anyone who opens this casket.
So yet again, a nighttime movie turned into a morning movie. I watched maybe 10 minutes of The Mummy last night, and I just fell flat asleep. So just finished it up this morning on day 4. But you know what? Today I'm just gonna watch the movie a little earlier, so hopefully I won't have this sleeping issue in the middle of it. So, all right, I'm recording this month of October. I have to keep recording it because if I don't record it, then it didn't happen. I have to keep recording. I have to keep recording. Oh no, it's a zombie dog. Ah! Ah! Oh God. Oh God, what is it? No! No! It's already started! Ah! Diary of the Dead. Not nearly as bad as I remember it being, but still a really bad movie. Romero just lost his touch with this one, I think. And next week I got Survival to watch. I'm looking forward to that one even less. Romero, why can't you make good zombie movies anymore? So you had another little blob of progress on Michael Myers. Still gotta fix that hair on him, but I got his hands painted up a little bit, give it a little more of a skin texture, and then I got his knife. I don't know if I showed the knife at all, but I remade his knife. Come here. I need to get a stand for him. He's going to fall over, and then his head's going to fall off because it's not secured properly. Yeah, screw it. It's going to fall. But anyway, I got his knife. There's a picture I found online a while ago of the actual knife that was supposed to be scaled 1:1, and this is made off of that, scaled down obviously to 1/6 scale. I got the little rivets on there. It's a steel blade, it's a little bent, I gotta fix it. And then if I take... And his head fell off, just like I predicted. But in his hand here, in the very middle, I put a little magnet in there. So the knife will actually slide in there and magnetically attach, so it will be secure, or at least more secure in his hand, which I like. And you can put it in either way. You can go upside down like he's going to stab somebody, or right side up like he's going to, stab him in the gut. Stabbing either way, I guess. You could slash somebody like this. Maybe that's a more appropriate term. But, yeah, I stole that idea from One's Customs, just like I steal 90% of what I come up with for this stuff, but I thought it was a cool idea, a good way to make sure the figure holds onto its weapon. So, now Mikey has his knife. Okay, we got him back on Jason's stand. I stole his stand for this, just so I can get a little last better look at him. So, he's all together. When I get the stand, I'm thinking about getting either a Hot Toys stand or, well, in all honesty, the one I was particularly looking at is not a Hot Toys stand. It's this one right here, this G.I. Joe stand. Basically a sideshow stand with the crotch clip or crotch thing instead of the clip around the waist, because obviously you can see here around the waist really thins out the body, which is something I don't want to do on Michael. I just don't think he looks good with the clip around the waist at all. It works for some characters, definitely does not work for this one. Honestly, this kind of clip doesn't even work for the Jason the stand came with, I don't think. And you could do it, but it doesn't look very good. But I'm thinking about going with that, and I can get Evil Face to make me up a nice little graphic for the base to be appropriate. Probably could pick up 2 stands and get one for my Part 4 Jason custom. Yeah, kind of exciting. I'm glad to have another 6-scale piece to add to my collection, even if it's my own homebrew thing. But yeah, this is why I got into customizing, was to make myself the action figures I couldn't afford to buy, so pretty excited. I do want to start doing a little more 6-scale stuff. I just have so much more fun doing the 6-scale stuff. You know, my commissions lately have all been in the 7-inch scale, and that's fine. It works out well. I mean, it's what people want, or it's what, the people buying them want is what I mean, but the 6 scale is a lot more fun. I like finding the clothing for them. I like just doing the head sculpt and messing with the hands and weathering and everything. It's definitely a different feel, and I do enjoy it a lot. I can understand why certain people only do this scale. Part of the material costs ends up being a little less because I could do clay head sculpts and I could spend more time on them, and with bodies and things I have to use epoxy sculpt, and it takes a little longer, and you have to use a lot of material, and if you mess it up you gotta shave it all down and do it all over again. You only have that 3-hour sculpting window. With the clay, I mean, I did this head sculpt with a process of a couple days, and you want to add on to the times that I did it wrong, or did it in ways I didn't like, that took a few extra tries as well, so it was really nice to be able to just say, okay, this isn't working, pull everything off the head, rebuild it from scratch, and redo it. I definitely want to start looking at some better bodies. As I said, this one's a dragon body. It was inexpensive, and it works exactly as what it does as an inexpensive body. I'm not complaining about what I paid for it and what I got, but it would be cool to get some, maybe not Hot Toys bodies. I don't think my sculpting and painting, particularly painting, is at a level where I could justify a Hot Toys body, but overall I think I upgrade a little bit. I would like to get, for some characters, go with a ball-jointed head. The movie for today is American Psycho. Another one I've never checked out. So, interested to see what it's all about. Not really sure if I'm going to like it, but willing to give it a shot. It's been recommended to me by several people, so might as well see what the deal is.
You like Huey Lewis in the news?
They're okay.
Their early work was a little too new wave for my taste. But when sports came out in '83, I think they really came into their own, commercially and artistically.
He's been compared to Elvis Costello, but I think Huey has a far more bitter, cynical sense of humor.
In '87, Huey released this, 4, their most accomplished album. I think their undisputed masterpiece is Hip to Be Square. A song so catchy, most people probably don't listen to the lyrics, but they should, because it's not just about the pleasures of conformity and the importance of trends, it's also a personal statement about the band itself. Hey, Paul! Ah!
So, I definitely liked American Psycho a little more than I thought I would. I was actually kind of surprised At least Christian Bale wasn't playing Batman or John Connor. That's really where I get annoyed with his acting a lot of times. I just feel like it's a little too one note or something. I don't even know, but it's not a fan of his Batman and John Connor. Before I know John Connor is awful. Just, you know, everyone can kind of agree to that, but his Batman just never did anything for me. But this, as a random killer from the 80s, except for the fact that, you know, I felt like I was watching an episode of Dexter and I kind of got a little confused when I wasn't paying the most attention. It wasn't too bad. So the movie for day 6 of the horror marathon is VHS. This is kind of weird.
You're all gonna die up here.
Wrapping up week 1, the end of this video. VHS was pretty good. I actually didn't finish it last night because it was almost 2 in the morning and I needed to go to sleep because I had to be up at 6:30 this morning. So just need to take a break. I only have a little bit left, but so far I've really enjoyed it. I think I'm definitely going to add it to my permanent collection because it was just an awesome movie. And granted, this is not the tape. I just pulled out a VHS for visual effect. That's the end of week 1, and I'll start recording for week 2. Enjoy.